I'm Jessie Mahoney, and I am a pediatrician, also a certified coach and a certified yoga instructor. And I teach this class most Saturdays, I say at 9 a.m., and have been doing it now for almost 18 months. And I plan to keep doing it for the foreseeable future because I enjoy it, and I hear from so many of you that you enjoy it. And I don't know if she's here, but it has just brought me much joy, even though we're on Zoom, that I have met and connected with all these beautiful humans from across the country. And I got in the mail this week from someone who comes to this class a handmade bracelet as a thank you. So I thought I would wear it today. And just in the spirit of community and taking care of each other. So I also co-host the Mindful Healers podcast, and tomorrow's episode is on giving yourself permission, which is a fun and interesting one. Oh, thank you, Sarah. And she is here. It came from Sarah, and I love it. I'm very happy every time I look at it. So you brought me much joy. And I also am a leader in the Mindful Healthcare Collective. So if any of you are new to yoga and want to join us there, that is the group out of which this class began and emerged. And so I just like to call it out, and it's designed essentially to heal healers. And today is a bit of a special class in that it's being sponsored by the San Francisco Marin Medical Society, and they're going to sponsor a class once a month with the idea of getting the word out so more healers can join us to heal, and acknowledging that healers need healing. And I would argue that everyone is a healer, honestly, in some way or another. And also acknowledging that mindfulness and yoga and community and connection are part of our healing. And so that's what I would call a simple intervention, and a simple intervention can make a big difference. So I also wanted to call out, just because it feels important to do so, that yesterday was National Physician Suicide Awareness Day, a day that we shouldn't have. But apparently we need, and physicians have a much higher rate of suicide than any other profession. And so taking care of ourselves and being kind to one another and being in community and supporting each other is something that we can do. So with that, we will start class. Today's class theme is actually going to be relaxing in, which is a fun one. And with that, you're going to take it at your own pace and opt out, if need be, of any poses that don't really work for you. I teach yoga as not a way to stand on your head or your hands, but to breathe, replenish, restore, and heal. And so find a comfortable spot on your mat, hips above your knees. If you have a block or a bolster, sit up on that. I just got a message from someone trying to get in, so hopefully they've sorted that. Ground your sit bones into whatever you happen to be sitting on. And take a moment to relax in. The other bit of advice is, if you're having trouble hearing me, turn me all the way up, because oftentimes you just haven't turned it up. And as you move away from the computer, sometimes it's harder to hear. So I recommend, for those of you who come to this class, and any of you are welcome to join us any Saturday, it's the same link until I send out an email that we've had to change it. But find a comfortable seat, and a block is beautiful, a bolster is beautiful, a blanket is beautiful. Ground those sit bones into the earth, and use the earth as a support, as something you can relax into, knowing that it's always there underneath us, providing support, providing nourishment and healing and calm. And tilt your pelvic bowl or your pelvis forward gently, and grow your spine up towards the sky. Stack each vertebrae one atop the other, all the way through the neck, and grow the crown of your head, reach it towards the sky or the sun. And drop your shoulders, relax into it. Lift those shoulders up towards your ears, pinch them up, and drop them again. Take in a long, deep inhale to relax in. And a long, smooth, equal exhale. Another long, deep inhale. And an equal exhale. And just pause for a moment and notice how you feel. If your eyes are open, gaze is soft and easy a few feet in front of you. And if they're closed, just notice perhaps the light coming through the back of the lids. Notice if you feel any tingles in your fingers and your toes. Take in another long, deep inhale through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want to offer this idea of relaxing in. So relaxing in is what we do in yoga when you are doing a hard balance pose. Noticing that when you try harder and harder, you tip over. And it's a good approach in life as well. Your balance is easier to find when you relax into it, which isn't letting go completely. It's just a purposeful, intentional allowing things as they are. And I want to offer in this moment of a long pandemic and a lot of challenges for those in healthcare and those outside of healthcare, that it might serve us better than showing up with pure grit and resistance. Letting go of the fight is relaxing in, so that we stop using willpower and stop using quite so much energy, and instead show up perhaps buoyantly, which is a theme we've talked about here in yoga. Could you show up just for the stormy seas more buoyantly on perhaps a floaty raft, or even without a raft, but just noticing that when you float, rather than treading water, you expend less energy. The other picture in your mind perhaps is the pelicans when they soar over the waves. They relax into it rather than trying to get as close and being edgy and being anxious and pushing. They just soar. They let go in a way that's not dangerous, but in a way that allows a little bit of fun and a little bit of adventure. And so today I offer perhaps to let go of the energy that's not supporting your highest good at this moment. And take in a deep, nourishing inhale. And exhale, letting go of something that's not serving your highest good. Another long, deep inhale through your nose. And an exhale out, letting go of something that's not serving your highest good in this moment. Noticing the ground beneath you. And reminding yourself that you will be okay. Things will be okay. Not perfect, but they are okay. You are safe and secure in this moment. Bringing your left hand to heart and your right hand to top. Press the heel of your hand into your heart space, releasing a bit of oxytocin. Allow it to circulate through you, nourishing you, healing you, building up some strength for whatever may be ahead in your day or your week or your lives currently. Take in another deep, nourishing inhale right into that pocket behind the heart. And a huge exhale. Once again, letting things go. Bring your hands to heart center, palms together, thumbs press into the sternum, elbows out wide. Take a moment here to connect with your intention, your wish, or an aspiration is a more lighthearted way to think about it. Perhaps even choosing to call it a wish or an intention is a way of relaxing in. So how would you like to relax into this week ahead? How might you show up differently, or think about it differently, or approach it differently? A bit of relaxing into the heart of the balance pose. Take in a deep inhale once again, and an exhale. Lower your hands to your thighs, open your eyes, and let the light in. And notice for a moment how you feel here. You feel different than when you started? Has anything shifted? Is there more space for the breath? Get comfortable once again. Ground those sit bones into the earth. Tilt your pelvic bowl forward. Grow your spine long and tall. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Palms face one another. Exhale, drop your shoulders with intention. Inhale, reach your fingertips tall. Stretch the side body long. Exhale, place your right palm on the earth. Ground it into the earth gently. Stretch the left arm towards the right. Engage the whole left side body. Fill it up with nourishing air on the inhale. And if you wish, look over the left shoulder, gaze towards the sky on the exhale. One more deep inhale into the left side body, into every nook and cranny. Exhale, let it go. Press into the right hand, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, left palm grounds into the earth. Right hip reaches downward. Reach the right arm gently, gracefully over the right ear. Stretch the whole right side body here. Breathe into it, fully nourishing every nook and cranny. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder. Let it go. Another deep inhale and exhale. Press into the left hand, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale your arms out towards the side. Press both palms into the side walls with strength. Pinch your scapula together. Enjoy the tension and release. Pinch them together once again. Palms press into the side wall, wrists are flexed. Exhale, release. Wrap your arms around you, right under left. Give yourself a hug. Wiggle those fingertips all the way to the medial edge of the scapula, tight as you can. Lift your elbows up over your chest if it happens to be in the way. Inhale deeply. Exhale, drop your chin into the cradle of your arms and notice the release in the upper back, stretching down to the lower back. And be cognizant of your neck. If you have neck issues, take these slow, gentle, do what works for you. Breathe once again deeply into the whole back body. Inch those fingers a little bit closer towards midline. And exhale, let it go. Slowly bring your chin back up to shoulder height. Untangle your arms. Extend them long towards the side. Press into the side walls. Pinch the scapula together once again and release. Wrap your arms in the opposite direction, left under right. Inch those fingers towards the medial scapula as tight as you can. Lift up your elbows if need be to get your chest out of the way. Deep inhale. Exhale, drop your chin into the cradle of your arms. Huge inhale, once again, into the back body. And exhale, let it go. Notice the breath nourishing you. Reach your chin up to shoulder height once again. Untangle your arms. Press them into the side wall. Pinch the scapula together, release. Lower your arms by your sides. Roll your shoulders back 3 times. Huge, nourishing, healing inhales, relaxing into any pops and crackles, and roll them forward 3 times. Noticing that you can nourish yourself with something as simple as this, whether at your desk, in the hospital, sitting in your chair, drinking your coffee. Taking a deep inhale once again, and an exhale. You can take out whatever you are sitting on, if it's a block or a bolster. If it's a blanket, feel free to keep it. If you have very tight hamstrings, you can stay up on whatever you're sitting on. Stretch your legs long in front of you. Rock side to side and move the flesh of your seat out of the way. Flex your ankles and your toes towards your knees. Your toes should be in line with your knees. So if they're tilted out wonky, bring them up towards the sky. Once again, ground those sit bones, ischial spines downward into the earth. Tilt your pelvis forward, grow your spine long and tall towards the sky. Crown of the head reaches skyward. Engage your belly, using your strength and your core for stability and to make things more easeful. Inhale, raise both arms up towards the sky. Your knees can be bent gently. Exhale, fold forward, easy forward fold towards the front. Allow your head and neck to release. You'll notice a lot of stretching, especially for those of you on the West Coast. as you're early in the day. Breathe into the back body here and relax into any of the twangy tingles that you feel. Let go on the out breath. Another deep inhale. And this time, if you wish, you can lower your knees gently towards the earth to a spot that feels good. Not causing harm, taking good care of yourself, doing what works. Breathe in once again into every nook and cranny of tension in the backs of the legs, relaxing into it. And exhale, potentially fold forward a little bit more, bend your elbows if that works for you. Drop your head loosely. Enjoy it. Once again, deep inhale. Exhale, let go and relax in a tiny bit further. Noticing that if you push too hard, it's not relaxing in. Slowly walk your hands back up towards your knees, towards your thighs. Engage your belly, sit upright, tall. Drop your shoulders with intention once again. Most of us carry tons of tension in our shoulders. So throughout class, breathe in and let go of the shoulders. Drop them fully. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a hug. Walk your heel close towards you, whatever works for you. Notice if it goes out towards the side and hug it in towards you. Right arm wraps around the knee. Left leg is stretched long. Flex your toes towards your nose. Left arm is going to wrap around the right shin. Twist towards the right. Place your right hand behind you, tented or as a fist. Inhale, lengthen your spine up towards the sky. And exhale, twist gently towards the right. Bring it out. Engage your belly strong here. The twists are a spine lengthener. Inhale, reach the crown of your head up towards the sky. And exhale, bring it out gently towards the right side, letting everything go. Once again, inhale, reach tall, lengthen, stretch, stretch, stretch. And exhale, sink into it, relax into it. Enjoy the release in all the organs and stuff in the gut, in the belly, in the back. Breathe out. Gently twist back to center. Wiggle your sit bones, ground into the earth once again. Left hand is going to grab the outer edge of the right foot. Extend your right foot long in front. For those of you who are new to yoga, this one may be a challenge, and just do what you can. You can keep your knee bent here, or press the sole of your foot into your hand, straighten the whole right leg here. You'll notice a lot of stretch in the IT band. Your belly is engaged. Tilt that pelvic bowl forward, reach the crown of your head and your spine towards the sky. Once again, tense the right hand behind you for stability. Twist towards the right gently and notice the stretch a little bit longer. Breathe into it, relax into it. Press the sole of your foot into your fingers if that feels good for you. If your knee is bent, go there. There's no judgment allowed in yoga, and Zoom yoga is even better because no one else can see you. So you do what you can. Breathe into it once again. Exhale, wring it out, twist gently towards the right. Come back to center, bend that right knee, lower the sole of your foot towards the earth. Wrap both arms around the right knee. Hug it back midline. Give it a nice hug. Notice it release in the hip socket. Rock on those ischial spines and enjoy it. Stretch the right leg long out in front. Once again, move the flesh of your seat out of the way for stability. Ground those sit bones into the strength of the earth. It's always there no matter what is happening around us. Bend the left knee, sole of the foot on the earth, hug it in towards you. Both arms wrap around, give it a nice squeeze, release the head of the femur into the hip socket. Right arm wraps around the left shin as you twist towards the left. Engage your belly, grow your spine tall towards the sky. Reach the crown of your head, long, long, long. Left hand tense behind you, meaning on your fingertips. Straight the left arm and exhale, wring it out. Inhale, twist, tall, tall, tall towards the sky. Exhale, wring it out a little bit more. One more deep breath here. Spine is growing long and tall. Filling yourself up with nourishing air in every pocket. And exhale, wring it out. Once again, twist back to center. Even yourself out. Right hand will come to the outer edge of the left foot. Grab it with your fingers, straight the left leg as much as you can. Notice the release in the outer IT band. Breathe into it. If you wish, tilt your pelvis forward, grow your spine long, twist towards the left fingertips tucked behind you once again. The energy is towards the sky, growing tall like a tree. Exhale, twist. One more breath here. The twists are designed to let go of things that don't serve us, things deep within, sort of a wringing out, like a wringing out wet clothes. Inhale, lengthen towards the sky, fill yourself up with nourishment. And exhale, use that oxygen to go in and let go of some of the old stale stuff in there. Bend your left knee, bring your left foot towards the earth, twist back to center. Give that knee a hug right in the center. Hug the knee all the way into your chest. Grow your spine tall towards the sky and reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Stretch both legs long in front once again. Move the flesh of your seat. Tilt the pelvic bowl forward. Grow the spine tall. Both arms reach up towards the sky. And an easy forward fold once again. Enjoying the release. And as we move through today, once again, do only things that work for you. Don't push yourself here. Yoga is not intended to be pushing hard or stretching. Engaging into it and relaxing into it. When we relax into it and get help, we actually grow more. So less is more. Walk your hands up your shins to your knees, to your thighs, bend your knees, swing your feet around, and we'll come into hands and knees or tabletop position, as most of you know it. Hands will be directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips, knees at hips width. Back is flat, tabletop. Take a moment to notice your hands. Equal pie shapes between all the fingers. Round your knuckles into the earth, both palms into the earth. Engage both arms. Elbows are mostly straight. Shoulders tucked into the pockets. Engage your belly. Knees on the earth, tops of the feet on the earth. Inhale, arch your spine. Stick your sit bones up towards the sky. Crown of your head up towards the sky. Notice a lovely stretch in the front of your abdomen and enjoy it. Hold it here for a moment. Exhale, round, come into cat pose, sucking your navel all the way up towards the sky, rounding your spine, dropping your head and neck. Inhale, arch into cow. And exhale, round into cat. Do two more on your own. Just noticing what works for you, what feels good, what doesn't. We're going to walk our hands forward to handprint and shift directly up into downward dog today. Widen your feet. If you're early and not flexible or feeling tight, feeling sore, lift up onto your tiptoes, high, high, high. Press into your hands, engage those arms, tuck your shoulders, tops of the humerus into the shoulder sockets. Reach your sit bones as high as you can. Press up and back. Downward dog is a spine stretch. Stretch that spine as if you were a dog, pressing high, 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 lifting high up on your tiptoes. Lower your heels towards the earth and enjoy the stretch in the backs of the legs. Walk the dog, bend one knee and then the other. Once again, one knee and then the other. Allow yourself to enjoy it. Allow it to feel good. Not something we take much time to do in the busyness of our days. Press one heel, right heel into the earth. Bend the left knee fully. Doesn't have to touch. Bend the right knee. Press the left heel into the earth and enjoy it. Come back to center, lift up high, high, high on both tiptoes and slowly lower your heels towards the earth. Press into your hands, sit bones reach up and back, fully, fully, fully. Allow your head and neck to drop. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Come into a forward fold. You can widen your feet here if you have tight hamstrings also. Bend your knees if you need to. Pick up your hands, grasp your opposite elbows, and allow your head and neck to release completely. Relax into this. Lift up all 10 toes and ground the 4 corners of your feet into the earth. Lower them down. Shift your weight into your toes and into your heels, towards the left and towards the right. Sway like a tree in the breeze. Notice all the sensations and enjoy them. A chance to play with it and relax into it, whatever it is. Release your hands towards the earth, engage your belly, and slowly roll up inch by inch by inch by inch. Your head will be the last to rise. When you arrive, just shrug your shoulders up to your ears. High, high, high. Lower them down. Notice how you feel. Take a moment to allow the blood flow to shift. Notice what feels good, what's happening. Taking a long, deep inhale here. And an exhale. Notice how you feel. Bring your arms out and up towards the sky. Slight arch back, palms come together. Fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Spine is straight. Sit bones stick back towards the back of the mat. Hands can be on your thighs. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold. Walk your hands forward into downward dog. And pause. Ground both hands into the earth. Ball the left foot into the earth. Inhale, raise your right foot up towards the sky. Exhale, gently bring it between your hips. Come into low lunge or Tadasana. Back knees on the earth. Untuck your back toes. Wiggle the right toes forward. Make sure your knee does not extend beyond your ankle. You may want to shimmy that back knee back slightly. Slowly walk up the right shin to the right knee. Place your hands gently on your right thigh. Take a moment and pause here. There's no rush to get your hands in the air. Notice the release in the front of the left hip flexor. For many, there's quite a release here. Inhale, reach the crown of your head towards the sky, and exhale, sink into it a little bit more. Relax in. We carry a ton of tension and stress, and often a lot of emotional pain and discomfort in the front of the hips. So breathe in with kindness and compassion, loosening things just a little bit. And exhale, sink into it gently. Tack that right hip back gently, just a smidge, and left hip forward, and notice what happens. If you wish, engage your belly and raise both arms up towards the sky. It will intensify the stretch, so only do this if it works for you. Inhale once again, and exhale, sink into it. If your back knee is hurting, you can put a blanket under there or fold the mat over so it's double thickness under your knee. Inhale once again, and exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment once again here to connect to your intention. How can you relax in a little more to life as it is this week? Hinge at the waist. Hook your left elbow over the right knee. Come into an easy twist if it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, just stay upright. Breathe into this. You'll notice a different release in the front of that left hip. It may or may not feel good. Exhale, let it go. Twist back to center. Lower your hands on either side of your foot and gently straighten the right leg. Walk your hands back. Come into a half split. Your hands will be directly under your shoulders. Right leg is straight. Toes and ankle flexed on the right foot, in line with your knee. Make sure your toes have not waggled out to the side. Realize that's not a word. Tuck your right hip back and your left hip forward. Notice how that feels. Inhale deeply. And exhale, relax in gently. You may wish to bend your elbows and fold farther forward over that right leg, or you may just want to stay upright. If you have blocks, you can use them here also. And you notice sometimes that actually with help, you can relax in further. So play with it and see what works better for your body. 2 more breaths here. 1 more. Bend the right knee, lower your right toes towards the earth. Curl the back toes, lift the left knee up. Come into a high lunge here. Once again, walk your hands slowly up the front shin to the right thigh. You can keep your hands on the right thigh if that works better for you for balance. And it may even be just today it works better for you for balance. The other thing that can help balance is widen your stance. Bring your hands to heart center and pause for a moment here. Inhale. And exhale, sink into it a tiny bit more. Notice how it feels. Once more, deep inhale here. And an exhale. Straight the right knee, coming into a long triangle, legs, but you're upright. Exhale, bend the right knee. Notice if you get wobbly here and just relax into it. Straight the right knee. Both knees would be straight here. Bend the right knee. Last one, straight the right knee. Exhale, bend back into the high lunge. And if you're wobbling, see if you can let go of the judgment. And inhale here in the high lunge into the front of the left hip. And exhale, sink down a little bit more. Notice the release in the front of that hip, letting go of even more, loosening up a little bit more of the old heavy stuff in there. Lower your hands to either side of the right foot. Press your weight into the back foot and hop the back foot up to meet the front foot. It might take 2 hops. Come back once again into a forward fold. Release your head and neck. Knees are bent gently. Bring your hands to your sacrum. Clasp your fingers. Press your fist towards the sky. Straighten your elbows. Allow your fist to fall over your head towards the front of the mat. You'll notice a lovely release in the front of the shoulders. And notice how that feels. Breathe into it. Being upside down is an option of seeing the world from a different perspective. That's one of the things that yoga helps you do. And perhaps this idea of relaxing in is a different perspective than pushing hard, grit, keeping up the fight. And I don't think it means giving up. It just means approaching it with a softness. If it works for you, bend your left knee straight to right, twist towards the right. Enjoy that stretch. Bend the right knee straight to the left, twist towards the left, look leftward, enjoy it. Breathe into it. Exhale, let it go. Come back to center. Bend your knees a little farther and allow the hands to fall gently farther forward in front of you. A little bit more release as you relax into it. When you bend your knees, you may notice more of a stretch in the shoulders. Sit bones stick back towards the back of the mat. Lower your hands to your sacrum. Run them down along the backs of your thighs towards the earth. Bring them in front of your toes. With intention, engage your belly and roll up here, inch by inch by inch by inch by inch. Head will be the last to rise. Move slowly. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears once again. Pinch those scapula together. Draw your shoulders back all the way to the back of the mat and lower your hands towards the front, palms open. Tadasana or mountain pose. Enjoy it for a moment here. Lift up all 10 toes like monkey toes. Lower them down. Engage your kneecaps. Lift them up a smidge. Engage your thighs. Tuck your pelvis underneath. Grow your spine. Stack each vertebrae one atop the other. Lengthen the neck. Envision the bones behind the ears lifting up a tiny bit. Reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Deep inhale. And exhale, drop the shoulders and let go of everything in there as you do. Once again, inhale deeply, stretch tall towards the sky. And exhale, relax into it. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. A pause. Pause to be present here with all of these hopefully good sensations. Things kind of waking up, tingling, getting some attention and nourishment. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky. Once again, slight arch back, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, sit bones stick back towards the back of the mat, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. Ground your hands into the earth, step your feet back, come into plank or top of the push-up. If that works for you. You can lower your knees if you need to, or keep them up if that works for you. Some people need to be on their forearms. Pause here for a moment. Deep inhale into your chest and exhale, let it go. Drop your heels towards the right. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. We're going to come into a side plank. If this doesn't work for you, lower that left knee and use it for support. For those of you that are in the side plank, relax into it. Notice any shaking and notice that when you relax, the balance comes easier. And it's not letting go of all the strength. You can relax with strength. Breathe into it. And exhale, let it go. Come back to a plank and pause. If you need to, you can bring your knees down to hands and knees. For those of you that plank is okay, stay there. Drop your heels towards the right, twist towards the left, reach into a side plank here and relax into it. 3 breaths if it works for you. If you wish, you can bend your right knee and kickstand your right foot for support. There's no judgment. If that's what works for your body, do it. And be kind to your shoulders here. One of the most important things about yoga is listening to your body and seeing what works. Twist back to plank. Press up to downward dog. Pause here for a moment. Reorganize. Take time for the transition. Ground your hands into the earth. Arms engaged. Tucked into the shoulder sockets. Hips reach up and back. High, high, high. Spine is stretched. Taking a huge long inhale here, nourishing every nook and cranny in the chest space in this position, filling up pockets and alveoli that haven't gotten much nourishment recently. And exhale, let it go. Raise your left leg towards the sky. Exhale, bring it between your hands. Come into Anjaneyasana or low lunge. Take a moment to get organized. Wiggle the left toes in front of you so that when you bend your knee to 90 degrees, your knee is not in front of the ankle. Untuck the back toes. Shimmy the back knee. If you need to, you can fold the mat over to protect your knee or use a blanket. Be kind to yourself. When you're ready, gently walk your hands up towards your thigh and pause here. Don't immediately do the hard, raise your hands up towards the sky. Take a moment to get organized, get comfortable, and sink into the hips. Inhale, lengthen your spine, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, relax into the front of the right hip and enjoy the stretch. Once again, deep inhale into the front of the right hip. And exhale, sink into it a little bit more. Enjoy it. Let go, loosen things up. You don't have to let go of all of it. You're just making room for the breath. Most of us don't take deep breaths in our life. We usually use about 30% of our lung capacity. So here in yoga, nourish things fully. Use more. And exhale, let it go, sink in a little bit more. If you wish, raise both arms up towards the sky at your ears, palms face one another. Inhale deeply. And exhale, sink a little more, relax in. One more deep inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and pause. Notice how that feels, potentially a little different in the hips. Hinge at the waist, spine is straight, fold forward halfway, hook your right elbow over the left knee, left thigh. Come into an easy twist that works for you. If it doesn't work, stay centered. 2 breaths here, noticing the release in the front of the hip that's different. And enjoy it. 1 more deep breath. Twist back to center. Lower your hands towards the earth on either side of your foot. Straight your left leg. Come into half splits. Walk your hands back under your shoulders. Left ankle flexes, left toes flex towards the knee. Notice the stretch in the back of the left leg and enjoy it. Breathe into it. Relax into it. Tack the left hip back and the right hip forward. And notice that relaxing into that stretch is not letting everything go. Just allowing yourself to experience it all and not resist it. And potentially move forward with a little more ease in life. Breathe into the back of that left leg once again. And exhale, letting go of what's not working for you. Letting go of perhaps the resistance to the tightness. 1 more breath here. Walk your hands back forward. Lower the left sole of the foot towards the earth. Bend the knee once again. Curl the back toes. Come up into a high lunge. And you may want to walk your right foot, move your right foot out a smidge. Find your balance. Take a moment to do what works for you so that you have the most buoyancy and balance in the face of the challenge. When you're ready, walk your hands up the left leg, come into a high lunge. Once again, hands rest on the thighs to start. When you bend the left knee, it should not extend beyond the ankle. Inhale into the front of the right hip here. Exhale, let it go. Another deep inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Sink in a little lower. Notice if things are shaking and just have compassion and kindness for it. See if you can straighten the back leg here. Bring your hands to heart center. Straighten the front knee and bend it. Notice that outer left hip working here. Straighten the front knee and bend. Straighten the front knee and bend into it and pause. 1 last breath, long and full, nourishing the front of the right hip here. Different pockets opening up. Huge exhale. Lower your hands towards the floor. Step that back foot forward, hop it twice to meet the front foot. Come into a forward fold. Bend your knees. Sink your hips back, down and low. Come up into chair pose, hands at heart center. Sit bones stick way back towards the back of the mat. If you have shoulders that enjoy it, you can stretch your arms long in front. Otherwise, you can keep them at hands to heart, whatever works for you. Notice your legs shaking. Relax into it. Sink the hips down and low. 1 more deep breath here. Exhale, fold forward, sit bones reach towards the sky, head and neck release towards the floor. Engage your belly and slowly roll up, inch by inch by inch by inch. Head will be the last to rise. Take your time, notice the blood flow shifts. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears, pinch them as high as you can, enjoy it. Draw them towards the back of the mat, pinch the scapula together. Lower your hands, Tadasana or mountain pose. Take a moment here to enjoy. We often think of this as not a pose, and yet it's one of the most critical, balancing, relaxing in poses, as if you were a redwood tree. Lift up all 10 toes, lower them down, wiggle your fingers, and just take a moment. Mindfulness is about noticing and being aware. Allow the tingles, enjoy them. Huge inhale and huge exhale. Match the inhale and the exhale as a way of focus and relaxation, up-leveling the parasympathetic nervous system. Breathing in and out equally. We're going to come into tree pose here. Ground into your left foot, lift up all 5 toes and lower them down. Your right foot will kickstand to the left ankle or shin. If you wish, you can take your right hand, grab your right ankle and bring it to the inner thigh. Make sure your foot is not pressed on the knee joint because that can cause harm. And our goal is to not cause harm to others and to ourselves. Bring your hands to heart center and pause. Noticing here in particular that when you relax in, the balance is easier. Find a spot on the floor that's not moving. This seems a tool for the rest of life, finding your spot, your grounded spot that you can connect back to. One more breath here. Compassion if you're wiggling or wobbling. Draw your right knee towards the front and lower it down. Shake it out, take your hands out, roll your shoulders. Have a little fun, a little lightness. Deep inhale and huge exhale. Lift the right toes up off the earth, lower them down. Kickstand your left foot. You can leave your foot kickstand on the earth, or left hand can grab the left ankle. You can also bring the left sole of your foot to the calf, just not over the knee joint. So below the knee or above the knee. Bring your hands to heart center and balance. And notice how it feels. Notice the wiggles and the wobbles, and notice what happens when, with intention, you decide to relax in. Breathe in through your nose and out evenly. Another form of relaxing in. Once again, breathe into it and out. Draw your knee towards the front of the mat, lower it down and shake it out. Roll your shoulders up. And we will transition back to seated. So take your time moving. We're going to come to an easy cross-legged pose, moving the flesh of your seat out of the way. Right shin is in front of the left, right ankle is in front of the left knee. Once again, ground the ischial spines into the earth, tilt your pelvis and stack your spine one vertebrae upon the other. Drop your shoulders, engage your belly. And just notice how it feels to sit here. From here, we're gonna come into double pigeon or the hip release. So some of you will wanna pick up that left foot, the right foot, pardon me, and place it atop the left knee, if that works for you. And you may just stay right here. You'll notice that's a big release. Others of you may have a release with the left foot in front. You may also wish to walk your hands forward gently and notice the release in the outer right hip. What you don't want to notice is your right knee. So if you notice your right knee, walk back up and sit wherever you are, tilt the pelvis forward where you don't feel the knee. You can also move your right ankle a little bit farther forward. So take a moment and figure out what works for you. Take a pause and breathe in through your nose into the right outer hip, whatever position you picked that works for you. And if none of them work for you, just sit in your usual cross-legged position. 2 more breaths. Taking this pause to relax into what is for some a pretty uncomfortable position, knowing that it releases some tension. And when we go out after class, we go a little bit lighter, a little bit more buoyantly, and a little bit more able to relax in. Deep breath in, and a huge exhale out. 1 more breath. Exhale, let it go. Uncross your legs, straighten them long in front of you. Move the flesh of your seat out of the way, rock side to side on those sit bones. Enjoy it. Tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale, engage your belly. Arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, easy forward fold, releasing the back body, releasing any tension or tightness that came up in that position. Knees can be bent or straight, whatever works for you. Breathe into the forward fold here. Notice perhaps how much more stretchy you are now. And if you're not, zero judgment. Approach it with kindness. One more deep breath. Walk your hands up your shins, to your knees, to your thighs. Recross your legs in the opposite direction. So left in front of the right, left ankle directly in front of the right knee. Once again, move the flesh of the seat out of the way. Ground your sit bones downward, tilt your pelvis forward, and grow your spine. When you have a stable center and you're grounded, connected to the earth, much more is possible. Inhale, reach the crown of your head towards the sky, drop your shoulders. If you wish, grab the left ankle, place it atop the right, and or walk your hands forward gently and notice the release in the outer left hip. You may notice that this side is different and a different position feels better here. So choose what works for you. Breathe into it and relax into it. If the left knee hurts, back out of it. Just sit cross-legged and breathe. The breath is magic and it's available to you anytime, so use it. And notice if you are sitting quietly and not doing the stretch, what that does and how much power is in just taking a moment of just being rather than doing. One more deep, long, smooth inhale. And an equal exhale. Walk your hands back up towards your shins if you're folded forward. Gently pick up that left foot and place it back on the earth and it's on top of the right knee. Stretch your legs long, even things out. Move the flesh of your seat out of the way. From here, you're going to flex your toes and your ankles directly in line with your knees. Ground the ischial spines downward. Lift your arms up parallel to your legs, palms face one another. Engage your core and your center. Slowly roll backwards, inch by inch by inch by inch, until you land on the mat. And notice where the spots of hard or challenge are, and just relax into them. See if you can relax into the whole experience, inch by inch by inch by inch. And when you arrive, allow yourself to land and notice how it feels to connect fully to the earth. Notice how in this moment you are safe and secure. Taking a huge deep inhale into your chest and an exhale. Raise your arms up over your head if that works for you. Gently in an easy cactus shape. Take your right thumb and middle finger, grab your left wrist, tug the left wrist towards the right. Walk your feet towards the right gently, coming into a banana or a crescent moon. Left ankle rests slightly atop the right ankle, if that works for you. Breathe into the stretch, whole left side body long, lengthening. Enjoy it, have fun with it. It's not every day you get to be a banana. Exhale, let it go. You'll notice some funky stretches in the armpits. Inhale, breathe into the waist. Exhale, stretch, tug gently towards the right. Gently uncross your feet, walk them towards the center. Bring your hands back to center. Switch the clasp of your hands. Tug the right wrist towards the left gently. Walk your feet towards the left. Right ankle
atop the left and enjoy the stretch. Notice if you feel it more in the waist or the hip or the armpit or the shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, tug gently a little bit more towards the left and enjoy it. Once again, long, deep, smooth inhale. And an exhale. Hands come back to center, uncross your feet, bring them back to center. Bring your hands back down alongside you, palms face towards the floor. Bend your knees, walk your feet towards your hips, soles of the feet on the earth. Walk your heels as close to your buttocks as you can, palms face downward. Make sure your shoulders are not wonky. Press into your feet and your palms. Reach your hips skyward. High, high, high. Engage your buttocks, coming into a bridge pose. Take your hands, grasp the outer edges of your mat and tug them towards your heels. Reach your hips even higher. Knees energetically connect. Hips, buttocks engaged fully. Reach high, high, high. You can even shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Notice how here your heart hangs light in your chest. Filling more completely. Breathe into it. Exhale, let it go. One more deep inhale into all the space around the heart, giving your heart a chance to nourish itself fully. Hips high, high, high. Reach those hips up high. Everything perhaps shaking. Slowly untuck your shoulders, release your hands, lower your hips towards the earth, and let everything land and release for a moment. Untuck your shoulders. Draw your knees into your chest, give them a hug. Rock side to side, massage your sacrum. Being kind to yourself, not waiting for anyone else to take care of that for you. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your feet. Come into happy baby. Soles of the feet reach towards the sky. Bend your knees, press your knees into the earth. Notice the opening in the hips and enjoy it. Rock and play. Bring the soles of your feet together. Press your heels into your groin. Enjoy the inner thigh release. Gently release your hands. Lower your feet towards the earth. Soles of the feet come back towards the earth. Knees reach towards the sky. Palms at your side. Press into your feet. Lift your hips up. Shift your hips gently 2 inches towards the left. Draw your knees into your chest and allow your knees to fall gently towards the right. Coming into an easy twist here. Right hand can land gently on the left thigh. If you wish, you can stretch your left arm out at 90 degrees or into an easy cactus shape, whatever works for you, or just leave it by your side. Breathing into a final twist, allowing your heart rate to begin to slow. Exhale, relaxing in. One more long, deep breath in. Exhale, relaxing in. Gently release your right hand. Bring your knees back to center, soles of the feet on the earth. Press into your feet. Lift your hips up and shift them, this time 4 inches towards the right. Untuck your shoulders if need be. Draw your knees into your chest and allow your knees to fall towards the left this time. An easy twist. Left hand can come gently on the right thigh. Right arm can extend at 90 degrees, cactus shape, or just by your side, and enjoy it. A few moments here. Begin to slow. Relaxing in, unwinding a little bit. Take a moment to notice and enjoy. Release your left hand. Bring your right arm back by your side, depending on where it is. Bring your knees back to center. Soles of the feet on the floor. Pick up your hips, bring them back to center. Untuck your shoulders and gently stretch your legs out long in front of you. Allow your toes to fall towards the outer edge of the mat. Palms open towards the sky about 6 inches from your waist. Coming into Shavasana, or a final resting pose. Take a moment to notice which parts of you are connected to the earth, likely your heels, your calves, some part of your buttocks and sacrum, shoulder blades, your occiput, backs of the forearms, backs of the hands. Enjoying that sensation of something to rest upon. And for the next few moments, allow your body to rest here. Fully relaxing in, fully surrendering here. In this spot where you are fully safe, a chance to rest and restore. Noticing that this is perhaps a different kind of relaxing in. It's truly letting go. You can let go of the conscious control of your breath. You may notice as you lie here that you even feel a bit like you're floating or flying on a magic carpet. And can you just allow that a few moments of complete peace, rest, and healing? Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a long, deep inhale. You can reach your arms long above you and your toes long in front of you, filling up every nook and cranny. Fill it up. And a huge exhale, letting everything go. Gently bring your knees into your chest and roll over to one side, using your arm perhaps as a pillow. And pause for a moment in this fetal position. Thank yourself for choosing to take some time for yourself. And considering for a moment what relaxing in could or might look like in this week ahead. Might it be helpful? Might it be just possible? Just to try it as a test of change. Gently press into your hands and slowly come up to a comfortable seat where we began. Take a moment to grab that blanket, bolster, block, something to sit up atop.
so you're comfortable when you arrive. And sink those hips back down into the earth. Tilt your pelvis forward once again and grow your spine long and tall towards the sky. Crown of the head reaches towards the sun, shoulders drop. Sinking right back into that Shavasana feeling. Hands rest lightly on your thighs. Take in a long, deep inhale through your nose once again. And a huge exhale. Bringing hands to heart once again. One hand atop the other. Press the lower hand into the heart space. Notice the skin upon skin, your heart underneath, taking care of you, nourishing you. And the heart is nourishing itself first. Honor that and perhaps learn from that. Press those hands into the heart space, sending yourself some love, compassion, and kindness, nourishing yourself first. Deep, long, smooth inhale once again, nourishing everything. And an exhale, releasing. Bring your hands to heart center once again. Thumbs press in towards your sternum. Connect to your heart space, your inner knowing. Palms rub together. Each finger pad touches skin to skin. Taking a moment to connect back to your intention, your wish, your aspiration for the week ahead. The light in me shines, reflects, and honors the light in each and every one of you. May you all be well. May you all be loved. May you all take some time to nourish yourselves this week. And may you all experience deep breaths and relaxing in. Have a beautiful week ahead. Namaste.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks for coming. For anyone who's new,